Hi everyone, good afternoon. Welcome back to Carnation Crafts TV with myself, Dave, and the lovely Carla and Taz over there in the corner as well. We are your team as we bring you the first day of this brand new collection from Carnation Crafts. We've already done 2 shows, and if you missed those and you want to look back at them a bit later on, you can do, of course. 11 o'clock this morning was the first one, and then 1 o'clock this afternoon was the second. Glad to report we met up with Dino, our very good friend, and we had a bit of pizza together, and we had a lovely lunch, didn't we?
We had a bit of a gossip and a catch up, didn't we?
Yeah.
A little chat. It was very lovely to see him. So, Dean, if you're watching this, it was lovely to see you.
Absolutely, matey. Now, what's this collection all about then? Well, it's called Loving Hands. Now, I'll be honest, and I think Carla will be as well, that when we first saw this, we thought, ooh, arms and hands and fingers. Ooh. How are we going to use that? What can we do with that? Then when you start to see the finished cards, it all becomes obvious. What do you use your hands for every single day? Well, shaking hands, greeting, fingers crossed, good luck, holding a bunch of flowers, giving a ring in a box for a special engagement or occasion. You know, hands are pivotal, can't even say that, for all those things. So what you've got here are the tools that you can, of course, put the flowers in, you can put the rings on, you can hold that glass of champagne for celebration, you can hold the glass of red wine, you can hold the bouquet. So this is just such a clever concept. It's giving your cards a unique carnation twist. Now, you have loved this. It's been a really successful launch to this. There's only going to be one more show tomorrow at 11 through until 12:30, so we're not doing quite as many shows as we normally do for a brand new launch. And very importantly, this is exclusive to us at Carnation Crafts TV for the time being. You can't find this anywhere else. Now, hello to all of you that are joining us. Alison, Sue Phillips, Hickey, hello Sue, Karen Richardson, you're all with us on Facebook now. If you're watching us on YouTube, welcome there. If you're watching us on carnationcrafts.co.uk, the website, welcome there. And welcome, of course, if you're on Facebook as well. Now, the main collection is everything that you can see here. Now, a large percentage of the stock is already gone, and the guys back at Carnation Crafts headquarters have been basically processing your orders now, today. They're packed, they're picked. You might even get them tomorrow if you've ordered it today. That's how quick the guys are at getting them out. I know we've actually had some messages today from people who ordered it yesterday who've already received it, so that's how good our dispatch service is. So you're going to get basically the hands and the arms. The vignettes and the artwork are all available to print off from the website right now, carnationcrafts.co.uk, and you'll find actually there's lots of different skin tones as well. So if you're wanting a brown arm, a black arm, whether you're wanting a white or slightly tanned arm, there's various different skin variants there for you to print off right now. So those are the hands, which is basically the heart of the collection. Then another heart of the collection is this. This is the Grace in Lace frame set. Now just look at the amount of dies you've got on here. How wonderfully detailed are those? Whether you're using them portrait or landscape, they look fantastic. A lot of metal for your money in there. As well as that, over here, we've then got these stunning, elegant stems. So you've got the individual romantic red rose, you've got the individual hydrangea, the individual tulip, and the individual calla lily?
Calla lily.
Calla lily, or colour lily. And the foliage as well. So that's the top row. Then you're also going to get everything on the bottom row as well. You've got your celebration bottle champers with the flute there as well, the ring in the bottle, the ring in the box. You've got the bow there and also the invitation or the RSVP. Good luck, birthday wishes and congratulations are your sentiments. And then we come on to what you can place in the hands, really, or you can place the flowers in the hands, obviously, but also the glass, the really cool ice cream cone, that's quite quirky, a slice of cake. You've got the teacup and the saucer, lots of you liked that earlier on. And finally, you've got the bouquet there and the present too. All of that is $109.99. Free P&P, because if you spend over £50 with us at Carnation Crafts TV, you don't pay any postage whatsoever. It's delivered free of P&P charges. Now, if you want to break it down a little bit, we can offer you the bottom row. Now that is available separately. It's coming up on the screen any minute now. So you're going to get basically the champagne bottle, the sentiments, you're going to get the wine and the ice cream cone and the presents. That is 220706 at £44.97. Now that's under £50, so that incurs obviously postage of £2.95. But a good idea if you're going for that, what about going for the perfect papers, the Loving Hands perfect papers, because these are the cardstocks that will coordinate with all of the vignettes artwork, all the colours used in the vignettes. These will work with beautifully. 300 GSM each, 48 sheets of A4, 6 colours, 8 of each. That will take you over the £50. That means you get the free P&P, just kind of saying there. And individually they're available as well. The one that's in the lead, which is by far the most popular individual, is the Celebration Moments, which is the bottle and the champagne flute as well. So if you want that one, there it is. Reason to celebrate, and we all need one of those. Or maybe we don't need a reason to celebrate, let's just celebrate. Why not? £14.99, and that's 220709 if you'd like that. Before we crack on with the boards, I've just got to quickly mention there's one other die set that you've absolutely loved. Now when you think of celebration, you think of maybe balloons and that sort of thing. Well, these are the helium balloon dies, and don't they look real? The artwork again for the numbers, that's on the website as well, carnationcrafts.co.uk. Print all those off now. You can have them as single vignettes or double vignettes, so they can be double-sided. And you even get that little balloon string as well, so you can really go to town and have some fun with those. Milestone birthdays, non-milestone birthdays, and even phone numbers and things like that you can make out of those. They are just £29.99. 220711 is that item number if you'd like your number balloons today. Now, Carla.
Boards. Coming to the boards.
Yes.
Hello,
that's you.
Everybody. Just a massive hello to everybody who is currently on the Facebook, which is the one I can see.
The Book of the
Face.
Face.
If you're on YouTube, a massive hello to you as well. Unfortunately, I can't see your comments from here, but I know that Miss Taz is keeping an eye on them over there. So we will say hello to you as when we can.
Shadia Hamed says, "Good day, Carla and Dave, watching from Ottawa in Canada." Wow, hello Shadia. Tammy Shannon says, hello Tammy, good to hear that you're watching as well. Colleen Green as well, hello Colleen, lovely to see you too. Lots and lots of interaction on Facebook and YouTube today, but what a wonderful collection this is, all yours for the taking. If you want to split the payments with ClearPay or PayPal Pay in 3, please do that. PayPal Pay in 3 is obviously overpaid, 3 payments. ClearPay can be up to 4 interest-free payments, but there's one other thing I've forgotten to tell you. There's an all-important discount code. Now this is it, it's CCLH10, okay, CCLH10. If you put that in the promo code box, that price will go down by 10%, and that's across your whole order. So if you're putting perfect papers in, if you're putting the balloon dies in with the main collection as well, you can enjoy around about £15 off that price, okay? So CCLH10 is the all-important promo code. All right then, boards colour.
Boards, let's have a look at these boards, see what you're getting for your money. So we've got this gorgeous, gorgeous frame here. It's very, very pretty. Those of you who've followed Carnation for a long time know that their card shape is always the staple of every collection. It's the one that we work with all the time, and it always comes in sort of with the collection and works with it. So in today's collection we've obviously got the hands, and so this can be cut out as an aperture with those hands placed underneath coming together. Those of you who have seen the other shows this morning, you'll know how amazing they look and just how absolutely gorgeous it is. But as with every Carnation card base, you get the, every card shape, you get the base here, you get your mats, your layers, your filigree. Then we're coming in here again with more panels. So this is your, again, mats, layers, and all the rest of it as it comes together to create sentiments, to do whatever you need to do. But it means you can cut them as layered apertures as well. So it works very, very well. Shadia says, hello, Miss Taz. Sorry to have not mentioned you too. Aww. Thanks, Shadia. So just everyone is saying hello to you as well, Miss Taz. You are not forgotten.
And Trees Garner says, wow, I'm loving this today with you three. Oh, thank you for that. Really lovely.
You very nearly had a glimpse of Mr. Dean Wilson himself. but he had to scoot.
He might make an appearance one day.
You never know.
Cameo.
He'll find his way here one day. So you've got all of your arms here, and these are so cool. There's so many ways of using these. So you've got the ones that have got obviously the fingers crossed. You've got the love heart. This is going to be super well used. I think you'll use that a lot.
Turn favourite.
Yeah, I think so. But stuff like this for somebody who's got a new job where you've got that handshake, I think that's a really nice idea for using for when people have got that new job. All different ways. You've got where they can hold the flowers, where they can drink the tea, where they can hold the cake, where they can hold the burger, put the cup and saucer on, and so forth. You've got the rings for the fingers. This is how much detail Carnation go to.
One of the samples was really talented because they actually balanced 2 champagne flutes in the palm of their hand. How did they do that?
I mean, crazy talented.
Yeah.
We could do that if we had glue.
I wish I had that skill.
2 hands and only 1 mouth, Dave. And then we've got, like I say, your watch, we have got your scrunchie, you've got all your bracelets, all of those things. So they're just really gorgeous. Then you have got your shirt sleeves and you've got your jumper sleeve. You've also got kind of a Victorian sleeve as well. So you can literally use it for those who are younger, those who are older. It will go for every generation, and you also get the different ethnicities as well.
Things I didn't realise until the last show, the middle show that we did, is that some of the fingers lift up.
Yes.
And the thumb lifts up.
So things like the thumb here has got the little cut detail that you would expect by now from Carnation, that detail, that fine detail that they go to, and those thumbs will lift so you can hold things in there. There's all different ways of doing it. Things like this, which you won't be able to see too well, but there is a little pip there and there. So all you've got to do is cut through those 2 pips and that thumb will lift. It's designed so you can work it whichever way you prefer. And then, like I say, you've got all your different skin tones coming through, which is super important. And I'm very proud of the team for getting all of the vignettes. Can I just make a mention to the vignettes as well? Because I forgot, sorry. Those of you who are new to Carnation, they use something called a vignette, which is the artwork, and the artwork's free for you to use. And what you do is you download it from the Carnation Crafts website, which is www.carnationcrafts.co.uk. When you're on the Carnation website, there is a banner that goes across, and one of the options on there is downloads. You can select free downloads. You can type in the name of the collection, which for this one would be Loving Hands, and it will bring you all the PDFs. And you just download the ones that you want. And so there'll be one that's for the full Loving Hands collection. Download that, print them out, and you get the images. I've lost my examples that I was using this morning, so I apologise for that. But the ones that have got the black line on, fold along the black line, glue them together, use some spray adhesive, pop your die on top and pop it through your machine, and what that will give you is what's called a mirrored vignette. So you've got your, look at, isn't that detail clever on that blue?
Yeah.
Sorry, I got waylaid. But when I turn it over, it's exactly the same. That means basically you get double for your money because your dies will face both ways.
June Smith says, are these hands like sign language? I've not thought of that, but
Yeah.
I mean, some of them are. I mean, fingers crossed is good luck. The heart, that's sending love. So yeah, a form of sign language.
A form of it, yeah. So it's not specifically BSL or ASL or anything like that, but you could use elements of it in that way. Tree says, I think Dean, Dave and Doris so should present all at once. How much trouble would Carla get into? And of course, Miss Towers.
A lot. Dean and I are like brothers.
You,
We've known
Dean,
each other for 25 years.
You, Dean and Doris.
That's you. You're Doris, aren't you?
No,
Are you?
that's Wheeler. I'm Jean.
Oh, of course. Yes.
So it'd be
Oh, that could get messy.
Dave, Dean, Doris, and then poor me sitting here.
Poor you.
Poor Dad. Poor Taz.
I have to say, Taz is the one that's sitting with the headphones that would have to listen to all of that, and I wouldn't envy her that. Then we move on to this set here. So you've got your biscuit, you've got your cup. I love this cup and saucer. It's so pretty, isn't it? You've got your wine glass, you've got your cake, you've got your burger, and you've got this gorgeous, gorgeous ice cream with this beautiful colourway in it that matches with the perfect papers absolute. So just to show you that, because the ice cream is a really good example of it. Let me just find the ones I'm looking for. If you take, hold on, get rid of the green and go to these.
You don't want green ice cream. Oh, actually, peppermint.
Mint choc chip ice cream is the best.
Forgot about that.
So you can see all of those 3 colours. That's how they make the vignettes. So it's colour picked, okay? And so they colour pick for them to create the perfect papers, which means you can never clash with Carnation cards.
I love the fact that wherever you are, you make sure you're watching Carnation Crafts brand new launches. This is from Judy Reynolds. Hi Carla, Dave and Miss Taz, hope you're okay. Watching while on Hollybobs in Lauterbrunnen in Switzerland. Wow, great set. It'll be waiting when I get home. Take care.
Wow.
We're in
Pronounce that
Switzerland.
again, because I was so impressed with you.
Lauterbrunnen.
Well, Mr. Dave,
Oh,
I didn't know you were multilingual.
Yes.
That's very impressive. So here you've got your bouquet of flowers, you've got your presents, you've got that beautiful bag, and this one, which I really love because it looks so real. That ribbon looks so real. It's so beautifully done. This one, I've used this in a number of ways, but a great way of using it is to just cut away the pink on one and put it on top of, so you've just got the bow left, and put it on top and just sort of decoupaging up, and it's just brilliant. It's absolutely great. Alison says pistachio ice cream too is green.
yes. Yes, it is. Yes.
So you just, Mr. Dave.
Well, can we ask everyone what their favourite ice cream is?
Okay,
Yeah,
what-
really-
What's everyone's favourite ice cream?
It gets really hot in here, so we've got a thing about ice cream.
We fantasise.
If we had ice cream in here, it would melt within 5 minutes. So yeah, we fantasise about coolness.
We do. Oh, and a bit of sorbet. So we've got your sentiments here. You've got good luck, birthday wishes, and congratulations. Again, those flat edges, I keep saying it, but flat edges on, if you go and look at a lot of your dies for sentiments, you'll find that they don't have a flat bottom. And they're beautiful and they're gorgeous, but when we have the ones that have got that flat edge, it means we can base your card out either at the top or the bottom of your card. It's so important. Ooh, salted caramel, yes,
Yes.
please. Rum and raisin gives me a sore throat for some reason.
Oh,
Oh, that's the best.
Do you like rum and raisin?
That's a holiday ice cream though.
Is
Don't
it?
have it when you're abroad.
Okay.
is it real rum?
Wow.
Does it kind of make you?
Well, a bit tipsy.
Yeah.
Depends how many you have.
Okay. Oh, 3 scoops, please.
Then have you got a hand up, Miss Taz?
Yes. So I've just seen a lovely comment on YouTube. Pam said it took 6 minutes from her order to be sorted.
6
Wow.
minutes. Pam, I don't know if you heard Taz or not, but Pam said it took 6 minutes from when she placed her order for it to be sorted, picked and packed, basically. And you'll get your order within probably a day or 2 at the max, depending on your postal service where you live. But it'll get sent out first class, so it won't be long before you have this to play with. And don't forget, as you said, Carla, the vignettes are there now to print off from the website, absolutely free of charge. So place your order and then enjoy the artwork and cut them out in the next day or 2.
We need to just stop a minute.
Oh.
Alison,
Angel Delight ice cream.
Angel Delight ice cream.
Can you freeze Angel Delight? I suppose
that
that's
a
what.
thing?
I don't know.
Alison, we need information.
Will it freeze? I suppose it would. Yeah.
You can't just be putting random comments like that on Facebook.
Butterscotch flavour.
Ooh. Ooh, butterscotch Angel Delight ice cream. Ooh, lots of heavenly things just happened in my head. Ooh, Alison, we need information. Right, and then we've got your champagne bottles. So these are kind of your gifts, aren't they? So if you're making a gift for somebody and you have packaged it, you can put your bow onto that package. It's not just for cards, obviously. You've got what looks like a little love letter here, which is just beautiful. No, it's real ice cream in Iceland. Whew.
I missed out on that
But-
when I went.
I need to go to Reykjavik.
What would happen though if you put
No.
Angel Delight in a freezer?
Shall we try it next time you come?
Let's try it.
Can't lie, I don't think they mean the country.
No, they mean the shop.
do you mean
Mum's
the
gone
shop?
too, you know?
Do they sell it? I'm sending you into Peterborough.
Okay.
We're on a mission, Dave. We are on a mission. And then you've got your engagement ring, and you've got your hearts, which are just lovely. Carnation Craft is the best. Order shipped in 1 day. Take 5 days to get to Canada.
Wow, only 5 days to get to Canada. That's
Much
pretty amazing.
better than most high up places. Shadia, that was a really, really gorgeous comment. Thank you. It's really important to Carnation for you to know that the minute you order, they are on it. And obviously there are times when we have a mass increase, like on launch day, when obviously orders are coming in and they're keeping up with it. So when we went to air at 4, I'd spoken to Mark just before the show and they were literally dispatching as they were coming in. So most of you who have bought this morning We'll have it tomorrow. That's incredible, isn't it?
It is incredible. Alison says, yes, the shop.
The shop.
Not as in Reykjavik, the shop.
Well, why don't we get some of the Angel Delight ice cream and go to Reykjavik anyway?
Okay. Well, Tree says, send Dean. Dean's gone to Iceland.
Dean's gone to Iceland. Dean looks very well, I have to say. He does look very, very lovely. He seems in a fine fettle, for those of you who were wanting to know. You've got this gorgeous, I love these florals, this gorgeous foliage here. You flew few on, I can't remember the name.
Hydrangea.
Yeah. Then you've got the lily, and then you've got the rose and the tulip and all of the foliage elements here.
And they can
really
all
stunning.
be in the hands. You know, you can have a bunch of them, you can have a single one of them. I mean, when you see, I mean, you can have an exploding box. And by the way, you're going to show everyone how to make this Friday?
I totally am. We don't know the time. We haven't set the date. We think, so I spoke to Mark in the break and just said, look, I've said I'll do a tutorial on an exploding box with this collection. So tomorrow, some of you already know this, but my son has been given an award for getting through his GCSEs, his special needs, and so the reason there is no show tomorrow is because I'm going to go and be a proud mummy and watch my baby get his award, which is just really exciting. That means we have to cut the show short, so I've spoken to Mark, asked him if I can do a tutorial on this, and we might go to air with that on Friday, but he has agreed absolutely I am allowed to make that. And
but there is one show tomorrow of this, 11 to 12:30, an hour and a half show, just the one tomorrow though. So if you want to join in tomorrow as well, get involved in the show, order yours now, and then make sure you're watching for more demonstrations tomorrow, and we'll get to the demos in a second, I promise.
Catherine said, apologies if I sent angry faces, completely accidental. I do that all the time, watching her move my phone. It's fine.
Hey,
it's
Margaret
fine.
Whitaker, hello Margaret, she says, my best order arrived in 18 hours. Wow, that's pretty impressive. Never waited longer than 2 days in the past. Wow, that's great. That's amazing.
Amazing, right? These are your numbers, the balloon numbers. These have sold so fast today. They have just flown. The reason that they've flown so fast is I can pretty much guarantee you will not have seen anything like this because it's just, you know, brand new, and they're so beautiful. They're so, and they look like the foil balloons. So it's amazing. Shadia says, Carla, I've used my July coupon already. Can I use it for this collection again? Please and thanks. Yes, as far as I'm aware, you can keep using it. However, if you're unsure, Shadia, you can use the code CCLH10. It's on the screen at the top there. You can use that if you want to. You can't use both. You can only use one code. Both of them give you 10% off, so you can use that as
Fantastic.
well.
Okie dokie.
So they are your blues, aren't they lovely?
Now if you want the numbers, there they are. They're $29.99. They're separate to the main collection. 220711 your item number, and you're going to get all of them. So that could be phone numbers, it could be obviously milestone birthdays and things like this. Let me show you some finished cards to show you how you can use the hands and the arms. Fiona has done this one. Now this I love. I've not seen this one until just now. Hands across the ocean, hands across the water, you know, touching hands tip to tip.
I think that is a backing paper from Water's Edge.
Okay.
I think.
All right.
If anybody's wondering.
And there are also amazing backing papers on the website, along with the vignettes that you can print off right now free of charge as well. So it's not just the vignettes that you can print off, and what you print them onto is entirely up to you. I've shown this one every show we've done, but I really think it's worth showing again because this is by Sue Darimple, who's done this one. Simple Carla Lily or Calla Lily on the front. That could be a sympathy card. And then inside, the same hands that we just showed you, different colour tones though, but put together for prayer rather than tip to tip at the ocean. So lots of versatility, and you know the shirt sleeves and the cuffs and that sort of thing as well. I've just noticed you put the head of the Carla Lily there as well. Didn't see that earlier on.
Yeah, they're gorgeous, aren't they? And that's a really nice way of framing out the end of those arms, as well as kind of a grounding device for them as well. So it works really well. Sue's saying, no, how much have I missed? You haven't missed much. We've just finished the board, Sue, so you're fine. You can watch it back as well. Yep. It's on YouTube, it's on Facebook, so you're fine with that. Lots of people say nice things about my son, thank you. And can I just say as well, June said, is there any chance that a vignette could be done in various coloured numbers? Would love a silver, pink and blue, please. So somebody said this morning about wanting the pink balloons, and I have passed on the messages to Nick about different colorways for various different things in this collection. So he has got the information. So.
Great, so watch this space, we'll let you know if that happens. Now this is one of the dies, the Grace in Lace frame, but what Pam's done here with this one is she used the card blank, cut it out, used the die, and then just folded it and scored it in half, and it creates its own beautiful, beautiful base.
How versatile. Does that not look like a dinner jacket with somebody tying up a bow tie?
Could be, yeah, good point.
Doesn't it?
Yeah, or a posh waistcoat. Yeah, it could be any of those things. And this one, again, using this time the detailed die in the Grace in Lace, and again, you've got the actual vignette artwork for this as well. I don't know any other company other than Carnation that actually gives you artwork for something as detailed as this. They normally don't. You just expect it to kind of use plain cardstock, but there's actual detail on this too, which is quite incredible. So whether you like small cards, large cards, earlier today Carla did this particular demonstration. That was in the first show at 11 o'clock. So if you want to watch that back, you can watch that back on YouTube or indeed on Facebook. And this one, now this could be a friendship, civil partnership, it could be son and dad or whatever, but just two handshaking. You've got, of course, the artwork for the jumper sleeve and also for the blouse sleeve as well, or shirt sleeve too. Really, really lovely. And my favourite image, and I think it's yours as well, Carla, your son does that to you, doesn't he?
He does.
He loves his mummy.
He does. He loves his mummy.
And one more, quite quickly, and then we'll get demoing. This is from, who did this one again? Barbara Treadwell did this. And the reason I want to show you this is that you can, of course, have an amazing display of these flowers, use multiples. But down the bottom here, what Barbara did, and this is the only one I think in the samples that has done this, she's actually run the champagne bottle through the printer. And with your settings on your computer, you can actually print your own label on there. So it could be that it's your name on there, or a special anniversary date or something like that. So you can personalise the front of the bottle if you want to. But I'm sure you know how your PC works. I've actually just got a very important announcement to make as well. It's been a long time coming, but I can honestly now officially announce that Carla has been appointed as the official Carnation Crafts Ambassador.
Brand ambassador.
Brand ambassador.
With Auntie Hannah. Auntie Hannah, so yes, they let me know. So thank you very much to Carnation. I am very privileged. It is an incredible blessing. Anyway, to work for you, as you know, I am one of the biggest fans of the company, and so to be a brand ambassador official, I'm very sorry for you, but thank you.
This is why Carla is the brand ambassador, because of the demos and everything else. So we all love you.
Somebody has to. So let's do a demo. So we're going to have a look at that card shape, and we're going to, we've cut it twice, we've done the score line. You know how to do the card blanks now. Thank you for all the congratulations. It was, it's a real privilege. I'm going to use some of these perfect papers. I'm using the green. We've used those pinks this morning. We're going to go in with the green. Isn't that so pretty, that colour?
Beautiful.
Mint chocolate chip ice cream. Mint chocolate chip ice cream.
Or pistachio.
Yes,
Easy.
or pistachio. So we've got the foam tape on the back here. I have used a 5mm on this. I'm going in for my super chunky because that's what I love to do. Obviously, everybody has a different preference. If you manage to get hold of some of this insulation tape, and that's all it is, it's double-sided insulation tape. You can find it on the internet apparently, or you can find it in a glazer shop. And you manage to get hold of some, have a go making exactly the same card using red liner tape or finger lift tape on one of them and chunky foam tape on another, and see what difference it makes to the card that you make.
If you get tape from a glazer's or a DIY shop or whatever, is it a lot cheaper than if you buy specific crafting foam tape?
In my opinion, yes.
Okay.
I can't remember how much I pay for mine. Because I buy it in bulk. I buy so much of it because I go through reels of it. So for every launch that we do, I probably go through a full roll. So I just buy it in bulk. To me, it's cheaper, but it's also more versatile for me because, like I said, it comes on this massive roll, but also I can choose my depth. And I like to play with different depths. So for some cards, I'll use a 5mm. For some, I'll use a 3. And as ridiculous as it sounds, because like 2mm, what difference does it make? It makes a huge difference. And especially when we're doing something like this collection and you want that layered aperture to sit higher so that you get the shadow play from those hands, that's when it really comes in, you know, that height and that depth. So
Well, I would never have thought of going to a place like that for it. I always thought you had to buy like dedicated crafting foam, but you don't have to. So that could be a way of saving a few pennies. We don't sell it at Carnation Crafts anyway, so
it's just one of those. Listen, I love crafting. I love saving money. I don't want to spend money on the things I don't want to spend money on. Nobody sees my foam tape.
no.
It does a job, but nobody's seeing it. It's not pretty. It's there to be functional, and so I don't want to spend a lot of money on it, and it works for me.
Alison
It's
has said, this has felt like belonging to a little family today. I've really enjoyed it.
Oh,
I'm glad that comes across, because that's the way we kind of feel about each other, all of us here. It's like, this is the one day of the month that I look forward to the most, because I don't get to see these guys any other time of the month. And I used to work with you all the time, and I
Yeah.
don't see you very much, so it's great for me to come up here. Sadia again says, congratulations to becoming a grand ambassador. A grand ambassador.
Grand ambassador.
Yeah. Along with the lovely Hannah, you're well deserved, and we do love you too. Oh, that's lovely.
thank you. That is very
Superb.
kind.
Great.
I feel all emotion. I feel a bit weird about it. I'll be totally honest, because I feel like I don't need a title, but they wanted it, and I am so proud. So thank you so much. So we have now placed on top of this the gorgeous, gorgeous white layers. Again, this is your super smooth. This is your smooth cardstock, or perfectly smooth cardstock, and it's the 350 GSM. And like I said this morning, it's just lovely for placing Carnation on. Because I've got that foam tape underneath it, I've got my panel underneath here, which is obviously for support. If I start pressing in the middle between those two foam panels, right at the edge it's got a tiny bit of give. Here it hasn't. That's partly to do with using that thick chunky frame, but mainly because I'm using that 350 GSM. It's going to hold it, it's going to allow me to build on it, it's going to build those bricks. You can get the 350 on the Carnation website. If you do get the 350, can I advise you also to always use it for your card bases, because it's so strong. 350 is the way to go when we're making card bases, in my opinion, but I stick with it. So we're going to have a look at those balloons. We're going to have a look at some of those florals. I'm going to take these floofy ones, which I believe are hydrangeas. I'm just doing that to annoy Taz at this stage.
I think it's working.
We're going to, so this has got so many cut lines in it. There are tons in this, around each tiny little flower that makes up the hydrangea. So I can go in with my ball tool and I can break those fibres right down.
So the more cut lines there are in there, the more
The
domes you
easier
can
it
make
gives.
Right.
Yeah, because the cut in the paper has already broken the weave of that paper. So when I start to do this, I'm not sort of tampering with the original weave of the paper, because it's already broken. So it allows it to break into smaller areas. If that's what I mean in my head, I hope it makes sense. So we're just balling that out. I'm going to take a smaller ball tool and I'm just going to go in with those leaves, just to add a tiny bit of shape, not too much, just to give it that beautiful domed effect. Look how beautiful that is now. It's a tiny, I mean they're beautiful anyway, but it's a tiny, tiny little bit of detailing, and it makes so much difference.
It's a lovely touch as well to have the single stem.
Yeah, it is.
It makes it really kind of graceful, very, very elegant, and perfect to put you know between your thumb and finger on the hand.
Now what I'm
Yes.
going to do on this one is just to show you, I won't go to full town on it, but I do just want to show you, if you've got your ball tools at home, every single petal that you see on this rose has got a cut line between it. And I always talk about the detail that Carnation go into. Why is it important that it would have a cut line between each petal? Well, it means I can actually shape out every single petal on that rose individually by using the small ball tool. So I can go into the tiniest areas with the tiny, tiny little ball tool, and it gives. It's just giving, and I can work my way around the flower. Now I'm not going to do that on air because it'll take too long, but if I was to give this to a friend, I would absolutely be shaping out every single little element in this, because it's going to give you just the most glorious effect at the end of it. So these little pieces that we do, they're really important to that end vision, aren't they? The artwork is already stunning. And for us to add then that extra dimension, bear in mind that Nick puts in all the shading lines and the cut lines, so we've got the information we need visually to work with.
Wouldn't it be lovely if you've got maybe a bottle of glossy highlights or glossy accents, you know, the kind of clear, almost like resin, you could put a little dewdrop on there or something like that.
Oh
Would look
gosh,
nice,
yeah,
wouldn't
really pretty. There's so many ways of playing with it. Look at that, it's so gorgeous. When we turn that over, we get this beautiful doming effect. What that's going to give us is not only that beautiful shape, but it's going to give us the shadow that we need in order to create that little bit of extra realism, because it's now not sitting flat against your card shape. And it makes a difference. It's the tiny things that make the difference. With this one, I would never go into every single one of those petals. I'm just saying you'd be there for a week. But I will take it from the edges, work my way round, and then I'll start to work inwards. So we start the outside so that we don't crease, and we work to the middle to create the dome. That's all I'm really focusing in on these flowers. I don't need to go to any more. The rose obviously has that extra detailing because of all the individual petals. Now we've got the balloons.
We love these.
You love them balloons too. We love them. So they're very realistic anyway. There's something like, they just look real, don't they? They look like foil. They're so clever.
3 inches each. Each one's 3 inches high.
Very, very clever. What a team. So these don't have as many cut lines in them, and you don't really need to do an awful lot of shaping with them. And the reason that you don't need to do an awful lot of shading in them is because Nick has created so much shade detail.
Yes.
So they already look 3D. So you don't need to go to town on these too much.
And they look super shiny. But if you wanted to use the dies on mirror card or anything like that, or satin card to get that satin finish, that would look good too.
Absolutely.
But with the vignettes, he's done a great job.
Absolutely. What I would say, if you want to make these look even more realistic, the best way of doing it, and I'm not going to do it at the minute because it'll take too long, but the best way of doing it is to cut 2 of each. If you were doing the 40, 2 4s, 2 0s. And I would take my ball tool, probably a smaller one than this, and I would just run the edges, okay? That's all I would do, is just run the edges, nothing in the middle. Then I would take some foam tape, as thick as you like, and place it down the centre of the whole letter, the whole number, on both. And then I would stick the 2 together, and you will get this beautiful domed numbers as if they're actual balloons. And this is kind of an example of that, where Janine has used that foam between. So that's a thinner foam. Mm-hmm. If you wanted to, you could use a really thick foam for that, and you could make it fully dimensional. So again, all of these different ways that we can do things with this collection, there are so many ways you can play. But for me, with this, I'm not going to go to that sort of length with it, but I will just use my ball tool on those edges. Why am I not using them on the centre? Well, first of all, I'm going to crease my paper if I do. But second of all, I don't want it to dome too much in the middle. If I manipulate the edges, it's going to curve, and that's what I want it to do. If I go in the centre, I'm going to get, I don't know, like I want to say a balloon effect, which is not actually what I mean, but it's going to work differently. So I'm just manipulating the edges. It'll stop it creasing, and it will give me that beautiful puffiness. And we need that puffiness, don't we, when we're working with something like this, because in real life that's what they are. They are that kind of puffed up.
And these aren't going to go down.
No, but I was saying this morning, such a great idea for these is to use them as cake toppers. If you were to put them on,
idea.
Yeah, if you were to put them on wire that can be used on cakes,
or toothpicks,
anything like that that can be used within an edible setting, so to speak, you could use them as cake toppers for beautiful and obviously you've got every number, so you can go into all of them. So I'm just piecing this round. Now all I'm going to do is just flatten it slightly onto itself, just using those cut lines just to bring it back in, and I'm going to pin flare these to Billio.
Now, pin flare, as you probably know, is glue gel. I'm sure many of you have got tubes of that. If you haven't, you can easily find that readily available. But it gives you the height and dimension, doesn't it?
It does. So what I'm going to do is on this 4, I'm placing it. I don't know if you can see where I'm placing it. Just at the bottom. So across there and just at the bottom. Nothing higher than that, because I'm going to overhang it. So what I'm going to do is, as gently as I can, just overhang on the top of this card, just there, because I want my florals to come beneath it, and I want the full rise of the florals.
It does look good actually when it's going over the top of the card like that. Yeah.
So same again, just at the bottom of that number.
God, it seems a long time ago now, 40.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, it does, Dave. Yeah, it does. Do you want to not keep reminding me of the bad days? All right, Miss Taz, sitting there with your 27 years behind you.
You're only 27, Taz?
Yeah.
I know she seems like she's older than us,
double your
right?
age.
We don't love you, Dave.
Oh, correct answer.
We did work out that I'm actually old enough to be Taz's mum. That's
I'm old
depressing.
enough to be Taz's dad. Granddad, maybe. No, maybe not. Maybe. She's gone quiet now.
I think she's just like, oh no, it's the old people talking.
Jan Bird says, congratulations, Carla.
Oh, thank you so much.
Sue Martin as well says, she had an earlier message as well, but she's saying congratulations too. Well done you. If anyone deserves it, you do, from Alison.
Oh, thank you.
Great.
That's so kind.
Thank you, Sue, for your comment. Love you too.
I'm just placing this rose and I'm going to place it slightly higher than those floofy bits. You can see that Carnation would want me to be the brand ambassador because I'm so professional.
Exactly.
All the time.
Exactly. And you look after us all so much.
I do feed you.
Yeah, you feed us, you water us.
I do. Now, I'm just going to use those stems. I want the stems to come down the bottom of my sentiment. So I want to see the stems at the bottom. I want that detailing in here. So I'm just going to place this over.
And Jan's made a very good point here, actually. She said these balloons will work very well with the mice.
Won't they?
Won't they? Because you've got the balloon string.
You could have
Right.
one of the little mice looking through the circle.
Yep.
His little nose coming up. The donkey.
Don't remember the donkey.
The donkey from Rural Charm.
Okay.
Mallory.
Right.
Mallory. Ooh, Mallory could be carried. Ooh, because they've got all the party bits, haven't they, in Rural Charm? They have a party, and you could use the party hats and use these for the party.
But this is what we always say, you know, although this collection stands on its own brilliantly, all the other collections you've bought in the past, you'll probably find, yes, the mice, the donkey, all the other characters will work well with this as well. So, yeah, they all work together. You don't just buy one collection and it only does one thing.
Never do that with Carnation. No. So all I'm doing is wiggling and jiggling my bow here just to give it that shape. I've put pin flare on either side because I'm not hitting that middle point, but I want it to sit upright. So by putting it on either side, I'm lifting and raising, and that's why I'm wiggling and jiggling. So as you can see it from there, I've got that curvature. That's obviously going to sit flat. The pin flare is going to keep it high. I'm just going to place this at the bottom. I did cut those tails to make it slightly shorter. Just going to place that so you can see the congratulations on it. Sorry, I can't I can't see over the top because if I lean forward you'll see all of my grey hair. So yes, I do apologise. Nobody wants to see these roots, Dave, just saying. And then these, and I love these so much. It's the little things sometimes.
Little hearts. And remember, those little love hearts are in the Celebration die collection with the champagne bottle and the champagne flute as well. So, and that's been singularly the most popular single die. But look at that.
Isn't that just so gorgeous? I love those numbers so much. Because of the impact, what I love about Carnation, see how if we take the green here, then you've got the bow, all of this is bright colours, the rose, bright colour, and then you've got the balloons, which are those gorgeous gold, obviously, but none of it overpowers the white.
No.
I just think it's really lovely that I can work as somebody who, you know, I can make really, really busy cards with Carnation if that's my crafting style. I can make completely minimalist cards if that's my crafting style. And it's one of the only companies I know where, as a customer, you're not dictated to. You know, I've had craft samples before where it's been, I can only really use it in a certain amount of ways. And so it becomes difficult then to manoeuvre it in a way that suits my style. And I love that for this.
Let me show you the main collection again in just a second, but I've just got to show you some more finished cards here because, like Carla was saying, it's all about the versatility. You can use these hands, these arms in whatever way you wish. All the artwork is on the website to print off as well in lots of different colorways. So if you want dark brown skin, if you want white skin, whatever, there's lots of different shades to choose between on the vignettes. But I just love this. Simplicity, it's a handshake, but that could be a partnership. That could be a civil partnership, couldn't it?
It's not me eating crisps,
no,
Dave. It's not me eating crisps.
I mean, this one, if maybe you're taking someone to afternoon tea to celebrate their milestone birthday or something like that, you've got a bone china teacup, a couple of digestive biscuits, little pinky finger sticking out. How cool is that? But remember, on some of these, the thumb actually comes up, so you can actually tuck stems of flowers behind the thumb. You can actually give a thumbs up by literally lifting the thumb up completely. But here's another handshake and congratulations. That could be just congratulations on passing a test or whatever it might be. Here are some of the different shades of colour that we talked about before. And you know, it's so refreshing to see this. It really, really is. Here we go. There's another one with the teacup. Wishing you a sweet one. Let's go down to the bottom. I don't think we've shown this one yet. Who's done this one? Oh, no name on this one. Oh, yes, it is. Fiona Abbott's done this. So no hands on there or arms this time, but great use of that fantastic frame, the Grace in lace frame. And again, you can see here that the actual vignette is a different colour to the one that we showed you earlier on. So obviously there's different colourways that you can choose from. This is like a light green on the actual frame. The detail is absolutely phenomenal. Now the whole collection, if you want it today, and that's always the best value for money, is just over £100. It's £109.99. But the great news is it won't be if you put in the promo code CCLH10 will give you 10% off, taking it below 100. Now if that's your kind of ceiling for treating yourself to a new die collection, we've taken it below £100 for you. It is available on PayPal Pay in 3 and also on ClearPay, where you can have up to 4 interest-free payments. So that's there if you want to spread the cost. But that's going to give you everything except the balloon numbers. The balloon numbers are separate. Now, if that's too much, well, we can offer you the bottom collection, where you get the champagne. There's the Reason to Celebrate. That's been the singularly most successful and most wanted die set individually. That will be in there. Good luck, birthday wishes, congratulations. Then you've got your glass of wine, your ice cream, your burger, which can be snipped down to a single burger, and your teacup too, and then your presents and your bouquets at the end. So that is $44.97 at the bottom. 220706 is that item number, and then if you want the individual Reasons to Celebrate, that might even sell out fairly soon. That's only £14.99, and we all need a reason to celebrate, don't we? And then the balloons again, remember the helium balloons, they're so cool. You can use them as cake decorations and toppers if you want to. You can make phone numbers out of them, just birthdays and milestone birthdays. And
put one in your wheelie bin.
Yeah, why
Somebody
not?
stole my wheelie bin last week.
Really?
And then I ordered a new one from the council, and then that one got stolen.
No way.
Honestly.
Really?
Yeah.
We don't have
Wheelie
wheelie
bin
bins where I
thieves.
live. They give you plastic bags. And I live in the country and the foxes tear open the plastic bags.
Oh, of course,
So it's not
yeah.
ideal. I don't know why we
No.
don't have wheelie bins, but anyway. I may have nicked your wheelie bin and taken it. No, I didn't. There's the helium
Is that where
balloon.
you've wheelie bin?
Yeah. There's your helium balloons. 220711 is your item number. And again, all the vignettes and the artwork on the website, carnationcrofts.co.uk. Right.
Best company in the world.
Perfect Papers. Keep on meaning to remember to tell you about the Perfect Papers. Loving Hands. Here we are. Look, all those colours like Carla showed you earlier on, they're all going to go with the artwork on the vignettes magically. Everything will coordinate. 48 A4 sheets, 300 GSM, 6 colours, 8 of each.
They look like a sweetie jar, don't they?
Yeah,
Sorry.
they do actually. Add that into your order with the main collection. You'll be grateful that you did, and also no more P&P to pay because it's over £50. And if you're in the States, by the way, and I know on our later shows it's coming up to 4:45 here in the UK. If you're watching us in America, your postage, if you want the collection, is $5.95. If you want to go for the Perfect Papers, in addition to that, your maximum P&P will be $14.95 to get it delivered. And we've already heard from people in Canada and all over the US as well. We had someone from, where was it this morning? Oh, this afternoon in the US.
There was New York.
Was it New York?
There was New York.
Pennsylvania, that's right.
There was New York
Pennsylvania.
as well.
Yeah. Okay. So wherever you're watching us, in America, in Canada, in Spain, in Greece, in the Greek islands, Zakynthos, or wherever you may be watching us, great to have you with us. Another demo to come from Carla, though.
Right, so it's time to do the put your money where your mouth is, as we say. So Carnation, we taught you an awful lot, or I do, about the fact that you can buy the same collection and make, you know, a gazillion different cards. So let's do that. So what we've done, the demo that I just did earlier, okay, the one that I did a minute ago, sitting here, all of those elements that are on it, okay, let's kind of use those elements again. But let's completely change. Let's make something completely different, okay? I'm gonna obviously add in a couple different elements, but let's make something completely different. 8x8 card base and that gorgeous Perfect paper.
Alison says, did you have a pint at lunch, Dave?
Oh, we wish.
I wish. No, never.
Well, you said about 16 pints of green tea.
Yeah, that's
that
more like it.
counts.
Sue Martin says, what's that code again, Dave, for the 10% off? CCLH10. CCLH10, all uppercase, it will work for you. There we go.
Yeah, Carnation Crafts Loving Hands 10, I think is what it stands for.
Right.
Does that make it easier?
That makes sense.
So we've got that first layer. Now, one of the things I will keep saying and will always say about this collection, it has got the best backing papers that Carnation have ever done. This is an absolute prime example.
Ooh, hello. That's right up my street.
Do you know what? That's a card, isn't it?
Yeah.
Look, look.
That would do it.
Just beautiful,
I love
right?
anything with handwriting on it. I try and decipher it.
Yeah. I know, it's lovely, isn't
Yeah.
it? There's something really pretty about it. But their backing papers for this collection are just sublime. They are clever beyond, aren't they? So I'm just making sure I've got that in the right direction, she says.
Do we know how many backing papers there are to print off?
Oh God, there's loads.
Loads.
Yeah, my advice to you, because I never print all of them off, I'm just making sure I've got this right direction. Hold on. Wait, because my little brain's about to go to mush. I need that way, so I need that way. I never print off all the backing papers. What I tend to do is open the PDF of the backing papers and have a look through, and I just write down the numbers for the ones I want to print out that I think I'm going to use. Because it's a waste of ink if you're not going to use them. Joanne's just saying, with the mirror vignettes, which spray glue do you use, please? Carla. Okay, so you can get it, I don't know if you can get it on the Carnation website. I had a discussion with Mark and I've asked him to start stocking it. We all at Carnation use something called 3M mount spray. Just a tiny, tiny bit. That's all it is.
Can you do it without that? Will it work without or
You
not?
could do it with, I mean, I've known people do it with a Pritt stick. So long as it sticks, it sticks. I've also known and tried to do it with like liner tape and stuff like that. But the thing is, it's like kind of a way of cutting out two at once. If you don't use any spray glue, if you just leave that as it is and you don't use any and you put it through, you can tear the two apart, so you've cut two at once.
Wow.
Up to you which way you want to play it.
Right.
For me, I like the mirrored vignette, so I like to have the image on both sides because it's the way I craft, it's the way I play. So I always use the spray glue. There are other adhesive options. Spray glue that's just the one I use. I will say, if you are using it, use it in a well-ventilated room. Make sure you're spraying into a cardboard box or into a carrier bag because it does go everywhere and you end up with a very black sticky keyboard like I've got.
Well, Alison says she uses a purple glue stick. Yeah, that would do it. Yeah.
There you go.
Karen is saying, I love the paper, just gorgeous.
Isn't it?
Val Spurs has got her collection, ordered mine, can't wait for it to come. It'll be with you in no time, Val, I can assure you of that.
It could well be with you tomorrow.
Yeah.
So let's place some of these down. So we used these florals before. I've just changed it up because this time I now have 2 roses and a lily instead of having the 2 hydrangeas. So we're using pretty much the same stuff. It's all good. And it's just, whichever way you choose to do it. Whatever you need. I'm not going to shape these out so much. I would if I was doing it as a gift, but as a quick demonstration, just because we're coming to the end of the hour, I'm just going to place.
Well, Jan says I do my vignettes with pin flare book binding glue dotted over the back.
Fantastic.
Yep.
I've got so much pin flare. I love the pin flare book binding glue. I use it for quilling and it's fantastic.
I do model making and I use that for that quite a lot.
Do you?
Yep, perfect.
And Christine is just awesome, isn't she?
She's lovely.
We do love Christine. I did see her the other day. She's doing very well.
Oh, good. So I miss seeing everybody.
I know, right?
That's why I love coming here so much. But
yeah, you get to see
you,
me,
Taz,
Dave, and Taz,
and Dean occasionally.
Who else would you want to see?
And Doris.
You don't have to answer that question. So I've got look at those florals on that paper. Just breathtaking, isn't it? So all I'm going to do is place this arm with this sleeve so that it will sit there. What I don't want it to do is cover that rose, because that rose obviously is such a beautiful element. And I've got choices. I can move the hand higher, I can move it lower, I can do whichever way, but I like it placed there. I just don't want it cutting off that imagery. It's not far off, but I'm just going to cut a little bit off. So we're just going in at here.
And of course you can leave the arm plain. If you want to give the impression that they've got a t-shirt on or something like that. But nice to have the option of the jumper, gives it more of a rural look, a rural feel.
It does, doesn't it? I think it's really sweet, this whole collection. What an idea. the brain behind this company for that is just ridiculous.
I mean, you see floral cards every day of the week. Every card shop you go into, you'll see flowers and flowers and flowers and flowers, but not hands holding the flowers or giving the flowers. It's almost like you're giving a bunch of flowers on a card, which is rather lovely.
It is like a little bouquet, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'm just trying to get my thumb there. Why do I always do this to myself and not put my glasses on? It would be so much easier in life if I could just see.
Alison says,
what
did
I
you
was
work
doing.
at QVC back in the day, Dave? Yes.
Did you?
Yeah, I was there for 6 years when it first started.
Were you?
Yes. One of the first shopping TVers
Good Lord.
for my
Dave.
sins.
I did not know that about you.
Yeah.
So I'm placing those flowers in that little hand, and then I'm going in with my sentiment. Now I've got options because I want to work with the balloons. I want to have that number here. So I've got the 21. I want to have the numbers. So the question being is then, where do we place the sentiment? How do we make it work? I could put it down here, but I'm not so keen on the busyness of it with that rose. I don't want to cover that rose up either. So what I'm going to do is the same way we played with it before. We're going to put these to the top of the card, overlapping, which I love. I think they look ace, as if they're flying away. And I'm going to place my sentiment just below. So we're going to play with it in that sense. So what I'm going to do is, rather than having them too sort of overlapping, because I don't want this too near my roses, what we're going to do is just take the bottom. Can you see? Mm-hmm. So we're placing it this way. What we're doing is triangulating what we've got on that card. That rose does not need to be covered, does it? It's so pretty. Now, the other alternative that you would have in that instance is to put them over the rose so that you're covering that end point of the arm. I'm just giving you options here. So you're using them as a grounding device, and you would just cover up that rose at the bottom and put your sentiment here. So you can see as you're working it round how you make different cards, truly different things with the same pieces. We've used the same dies here. So it's all, you know, we've got the same sentiment pretty much. Yes, we've got the backing. The main difference on here is that backing paper, which is stunning, and also a couple of changes with the flowers, and we've got the arm in this one, but that's it. So when you're buying Carnation Craft dies and you're trying to make, you know, cards with it, I will always say to every customer, and I still stand by it, you can buy one Carnation collection and you will be able to make 1,000 different cards. You will never have to make the same one if you don't want to. Obviously, the option is there if you want it, and that's important. And the reason it's important is, if I'm buying a die collection, I want to know that it's going to last me over a lifetime, that I'm still going to be able to use that die collection, and that it's still going to be relevant.
I've never seen
in 10 years
a collection like this.
No.
And I dare say, if a group of people sat round in a circle saying, okay, let's come up and brainstorm some ideas for die collections, hands and arms, I'd have gone, really? And like when you first saw them, and when Carla first saw them and when I first saw them, it's like, oh, okay. But then when you play with it and you see the finished cards and see what people have done and what you can do with them, it all clicks. Such a clever concept, such a clever idea. All the artwork, remember, is on the website now for you to print off. I love the fact that you've got all these different coloured skin tones as well. So no matter what ethnicity you're trying to achieve, it will be there for you. And all that artwork is there to print off straight away. So you've got hands hand in hand. You've got hands forming the heart, the I love you symbol. You've got fingers crossed for good luck. You've got your little pinky raised for afternoon tea. You can have so much fun with them. And you know, whether it's representing together, well, it is representing togetherness, but whether it's representing maybe a civil partnership, a marriage, an anniversary, or whatever it might be, or love between mum and dad and children, or grandparents and grandchildren, it's all there for you.
Can you do me a massive favour, Dave? Will you pass me that top card, the one with
will.
it? Yeah, please. Yeah. Can I just show something?
Mm-hmm.
So the reason I want to show you this sample, I love this. So this sample's beautiful. It's a beautiful, beautiful sample. Thank you, Janine. Obviously, it's got a little magnet closure on it, and it opens up, just bear with the little rose sitting on that panel on the inside. Super pretty, right? And then we're using that card shape, that filigree there. Now, the reason I want to show you this sample is, obviously, it's stunning, but look at her finger.
Ah.
Now, Janine's put a tiny little like bead on there to represent kind of like a diamond, and it's sparkly. She's got a sparkly ring on her finger. This level of intricacy, where do you get that?
I know.
You know, in dies normally, where would you get that level? Where, you know, you would not have missed the rings if they hadn't provided them. You wouldn't be sitting there going, oh, you know, I wish it had rings in this. You probably wouldn't even think about it because you're concentrating on the hand. The point is they give you those things because those details make the difference between a Carnation card and anybody else's. That's why we love Carnation.
Well, from Carla, Taz and the team at Carnation Crafts, Nick and Mark and all the gang at the office, thank you ever so much for your support today and for purchasing this collection. You can still get it now. It's still available. The stock is dwindling very, very quickly. And I can tell you that as soon as you place your order, you'll get notification probably a few minutes later that it's been picked for you and it's on its way. You should have it in the next day or two. There is another show tomorrow with Carla between 11 in the morning and 12:30 in the afternoon. Make sure you tune in for that if you possibly can do. And I'll be back in about a month's time in August to launch the next collection with Carla. Thank you.
I'll make you lunch next time too, Dave. What
Thank
should
you
we
to
have?
Taz. Thank you to Carla. Thank you to you for watching. I'll see you again soon. Stay safe and enjoy your collection.